Are you looking for the best full-frame mirrorless cameras? In this video we will look at some of the best full-frame mirrorless cameras. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Nikon Z6 III. The Nikon Z6 III is the best full-frame camera we've tested. If you're looking for a premium mirrorless camera that's just shy of pro territory, you won't be disappointed by the Z6 III. From design touches like a remarkably high-res viewfinder, excellent build quality, and thoughtful, customizable ergonomics to its excellent partially stacked sensor, quick burst shooting, in-body image stabilization, IBIS, and great autofocus, there's very little that's missing here. It's also incredibly well-rounded for video, with lots of frame rate options, log and 10-bit internal recording, as well as built-in RAW video support. There's a small catch, and that's the fact that its partially stacked sensor does take a hit in dynamic range at lower ISO settings, but for most photographers, that'll be negligible. If having the best possible dynamic range is important for your work, you may still want to consider an alternative like the Canon EOS R6 Mark II or the Sony Alpha 7 IV. Both of them have slightly better dynamic range performance and slightly more reliable autofocusing, but any of these three top-tier enthusiast cameras will impress if you're upgrading or getting your first full-frame camera. The Nikon takes our top spot thanks to its build quality, ergonomics, and standout features like internal RAW video, but you should go with whichever model is within your preferred lens ecosystem. Number 2. Sony Alpha 7 II. Full-frame cameras aren't known for their portability, but compact models like the Sony Alpha 7 II prove that you don't need to give up portability to get full-frame image quality. With one of the most compact full-frame bodies on the market, the Alpha 7 II is a great choice for high-quality travel photography and street photos. It uses the same sensor as the Sony Alpha 7 IV we mentioned above, so it captures excellent image quality and has a fantastic autofocus system. However, there are some trade-offs with a more portable camera, most notably its small viewfinder and cramped ergonomics, especially compared to a camera like the Nikon Z6 III. Still, if you're looking for full-frame image quality in a compact camera body, it doesn't get much better than the Alpha 7 II. If you're on a tighter budget, the original Sony Alpha 7C is a great deal, though its internal video recording specs aren't as advanced as its successors. But if you're primarily a photographer, you won't be disappointed. Number 3. Panasonic LUMIX S5 II. The Panasonic LUMIX S5 II is the best full-frame camera we've tested for video work. It's a very solid hybrid camera, but it really shines because of its video features, especially at this price point. With internal 10-bit 4:2:2 color in 4K 60 frames per second recording, albeit with an APS-C crop, along with nice touches for videographers like vector scope functionality and a full-size HDMI port, it's a very powerful option for videographers. With this model, Panasonic also improved one of the biggest drawbacks of the original Panasonic LUMIX S5. The S5 II is the first Lumix camera to feature a phase detection autofocus system. While it still doesn't quite match up to competitors like Sony or Canon in implementation, it's a step in the right direction and rounds out a camera that offers a lot of value for its price. However, if you're not as fussed about AF, the OG S5 is a steal of a camera for those on a tighter budget. Alternatively, if you need more advanced features like internal ProRes codecs and external RAW video output, you should opt for the more video-centric Panasonic LUMIX S5 i9, though it's a bit pricier. Key upgrades to a compact hybrid powerhouse, phase hybrid autofocus, improved IS, and unlimited video, with 24.2 MP 35mm full-frame CMOS sensor for high-resolution, natural description, and approximately 2x higher speed signal processing. Fast, accurate phase hybrid autofocus, advanced subject detection and metering technologies capture the target subject in focus even in adverse lighting conditions. Once locked on the subject, it keeps tracking even with multiple moving objects. Powerful image stabilization, with the S5 II and S5 IIX Lumix developed active IS, which supports walking shots, to further enhance image stabilization in video recording. Expressive video functionality, 14+ stop vlog/V gamut capture delivers a high dynamic range in broad colors, plus a real-time LUT function is provided to enable in-camera photo and video color grading, with LUT 6K 30p open gate unlimited recording. Unlimited video recording. Heat dispersion mechanism combines a small fan and high-efficiency heatsink to achieve unlimited video recording while keeping the camera size compact. Number 4. Nikon ZF. The Nikon ZF is easily one of the best-looking full-frame cameras on the market, with a vintage-style design inspired by classic Nikon SLRs. Its relatively portable body makes it easy to take on the go, and its dedicated shutter speed and ISO dials let you quickly adjust settings. The ergonomics can take some getting used to, but if you're a fan of the retro aesthetic, you won't be disappointed. Aside from a well-designed exterior, the camera also has the guts to back it up. With the same backside illuminated sensor found in the Nikon Z6 II, the ZF can capture stunning images with plenty of dynamic range and great low-light noise management. This model also features Nikon's new and improved autofocus system, which does an impressive job of keeping moving subjects in focus. That said, its video features, while a step up from older Nikon Z cameras, still fall behind higher-end hybrid cameras like the Canon EOS R6 Mark II and Panasonic LUMIX S5 II. Full-frame resolution, 24.5 MP BSI full-frame sensor with X7 processing power. Subject recognition with 3D tracking. The ZF's AF system recognizes 9 different subjects for focus and tracking. Video recording, 4K/30p oversampled from 6K, up to 4K UHD/60p Superscript 1 video recording and 1080/120p slow motion. Range of options include internal 10-bit H.265 and SDR/Nlog/HLG. Pixel shift shooting technology. Create 96 MP stills for the highest resolution and low noise. Number 5. Nikon Z5. The entry-level Nikon Z5 is a fantastic deal for those dipping their toe into full-frame for the first time. It sits below the higher-end Nikon Z6 II and Nikon's mirrorless lineup and shares a lot of features with that model. The cameras look and feel similar, with weather-sealed bodies, excellent ergonomics, high-res viewfinders, tilting screens, and in-body image stabilization. However, one of the few drawbacks of the Z5 is its slow max burst rate. If you don't need very quick burst shooting, though, the Z5 is an excellent full-frame photography camera that you can often find for a steal. If you're a hybrid shooter or interested in video, be aware that the Z5 can only shoot 4K footage with a severe crop and offers fewer frame rate and recording options than a higher-end camera like the Panasonic LUMIX S5 II. But if you can live without adequate 4K recording, it captures excellent image quality and has a great battery life. While some of these things might be deal breakers, this is still a relatively affordable full-frame camera with a lot to offer for photographers. 24.3 MP full-frame mirrorless camera, Nikon's most compact, lightweight full-frame interchangeable lens Z-series camera. Outstanding image quality, sharp, lifelike details, vibrant colors and great low-light performance. 4K/30p and 1080/60p video recording, crisp, smooth videos with shallow depth of field, USB power delivery, HDMI output. Eye detection autofocus automatically locks onto the eyes of people, dogs, and cats and tracks them as they move around the frame. 5-axis in-body image stabilization, capture steady handheld videos and sharp photos, shoot at slower shutter speeds and low light without causing camera blur. Built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Use Nikon's free SnapBridge app to share photos and control the camera with a compatible smartphone or tablet.